And finally, it would not be a true episode of Nintendo Week if we did not mention Mother 3. Obviously, with the release of EarthBound Beginnings and Lucas coming to Smash Bros., Mother 3 is on everyone's minds, and not just mine for once. So it's come up in the news a few times recently. So first, Reggie says that they get asked about Mother 3 all the time. They know the love is there, and now with the first two games on the eShop seeing good success, he says, we'll see what happens. In another interview, he explains that releasing Mother 3, just like any other game really, is in part about getting a return on their investment. In other words, the money and work that they put into localizing and releasing the game needs to be exceeded or at least made up by what it earns in sales. Enough people need to buy it for them to justify making it. And because this series is so niche, he says, they're just not sure of it yet.
Yeah, and that's why EarthBound Beginnings is probably what they went with first before Mother 3, just because there's an existing translation. So.
Right, because they don't really have any investment to make. It's already, yeah. Now the good news is that EarthBound is on the Virtual Console, and it's doing great. That game's success prompted them to launch EarthBound Beginnings last week, which Reggie says is also doing quite well. So, and this is my speculative work, but I'm confident it's accurate, Nintendo is using the sales numbers of EarthBound and EarthBound Beginnings to determine whether the audience is there for Mother 3 in the West. And Reggie said himself that these games are doing well. This is the first time they've spoken openly about the subject in years, so there is hope. It can happen. All that's left for us, and for you guys to do, is to buy the EarthBound games on Virtual Console if you haven't already. They're cheap, they're amazing, they're inspiring, they're some of the best, most underrated RPGs ever made, and you're gonna love them. And they're both under $10. I mean, that's one of the best values you're ever gonna get on a game. But also very importantly, buying these games is the way that we can show Nintendo there is an audience here for these games. We'll buy EarthBound, we'll buy EarthBound Beginnings, and we want to buy Mother 3. So let's do it. Let's buy these games. Let's give them something to believe in.
And more importantly, let's give Colin another reason to cry.
If you buy these games and Mother 3 gets released, we'll have just endless videos of Colin crying.
Can you imagine if that's how they did that? Like, if they announced it at the World Championships next year?
I'm picturing it. Your tears are delicious.
I don't think that'll happen.
No, I don't think that will happen. I'm just saying, like, how funny
It'll be a random Nintendo Direct, sorry.
If, like... No, I'm sure it will. I want them to release it on Mother's Day. How perfect would that be? Anyway, yeah. Buy EarthBound, buy EarthBound Beginnings. They're amazing games, and they're super cheap, and it'll show Nintendo that we want Mother. Hello everybody, thank you for listening to this Nintendo Week clip, NWC. If you like what you hear, please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more highlights and discussion videos from Nintendo Week podcast, or subscribe to us on iTunes for weekly breakdowns of all your Nintendo news, discussion segments on subjects, games, and more, and tons of other features. Thanks for listening, and we will see you tomorrow with another NWC.